Hello, ladies and gentlemen, loyal Imperial citizens and rebels scum alike. Welcome to another Liam Maiden gameplay video. Back with more Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes today, where we are going to be unlocking yet another addition to the Inquisitorius squad. Eighth brother has arrived at the holotables. Man, I feel like I did this just the other day. That's because I did. I was a little late opening Seventh Sister. So you're getting these videos almost back to back, but there you go. That's the way it goes. Today we're going to be completing Ruthless Efficiency 4 as we unlock Eighth Brother, who's going to be the final Marquee edition, I believe, that we get to the Inquisitor squad, because we're getting the Grand Inquisitor as a legendary event. So there you go. Without further ado, let's get on with this. So tier 1 here. So it looks like they're going to give us Eighth Brother, Ninth Sister, and Seventh Sister. Strategy tips. Use Whirling Strike to apply stacks of Purge to Jedi targets. Okay, so they're really going in heavy on the Purge. That is the mechanic for these Inquisitorius characters. Let's give this a go and see how Eighth Brother does. There you go. Okay, looks like a pretty cool model. I like it. Let's check it out in action. Again, let me know if you're using Inquisitors, if you've powered them up, what you think of them, because I don't really have much experience with them at all. Anyway, here we go. Cruel and impulsive, this cunning assassin often charged into battle with reckless abandon. I'm pleased to welcome the fierce Inquisitor, Eighth Brother, to the holotables. Eighth Brother's basic attack, Whirling Strike, deals physical damage to target enemy and inflicts a stack of Purge if the target is a Jedi, which can't be resisted. If Eighth Brother did not have stealth, this turn he gained stealth for 3 turns. Okay. And Purge can be applied up to 6 times, and then it's used by Inquisitors. Yep, we know that. Okay, all looks good so far. So let's give this a go. Let's try out the basic ability. Oh, I really liked that animation there. They did that kind of like, let's slow this down and take a look. I want to see this, see if we can get some Purge on Ezra. Oh, that's awesome. I love that kind of helicoptering whirling of the blade as he comes back. That is very cool. I remember that they had a bunch of Rebels episodes where you see the Inquisitors kind of using that, flying with the lightsabers. I'm not entirely sure how that necessarily works, but it looks very cool. I like it a lot. So again, I'm going to use these abilities kind of as they're introduced, so you know, we just get to kind of build as we go through this unlock here. So we're going to stick with the basic for Eighth Brother for this first tier here. Man, I just love that animation there. Very cool. I think that's the coolest animation that we've gotten so far on these Inquisitors. Maybe that's just... Maybe I'm misremembering some of the others. Maybe we'll get a chance to play with all of them during this unlock, but I think that's definitely the coolest one that I can remember, the twirling of that lightsaber. I really thought we were going to see that with Seventh Sister, actually, but we didn't, so I'm pleased they brought it in with Eighth Brother there, because that is cool. Anyway, so we're sticking with the basic attack for this first tier here, so we're adding a lot of Purge here. Now, as I remember, Seventh Sister, because I only just unlocked her the other day, so she's kind of fresh in my mind, she doesn't really boom Bye-Bye Ezra. She doesn't really use Purge that much. Again, she's mostly kind of support for the other players. Ninth Sister, too, she does use Purge, but I think it's more Second Sister had a lot of opportunities to use Purge, I think, so hopefully Eighth Brother does too as we move through his other abilities as we move through this unlock here. And so far, as I said before, you know, I'm not super impressed by the Inquisitor squad. Again, so do really let me know down below if you've been using them, even at low gear levels, and what you think of them. Really keen to hear your thoughts. We're about to take out Kanan. Boom! There we go. Thank you, Ninth Sister. Boom! First tier in the bag. Very successful. First 10 shards of Eighth Brother there. Yeah, so he's going to be a 2-star unlock. We'll get him up to 3-star through this event, and if you want to go higher, you are going to have to spend. Okay, so let's move on to tier 2. So it looks like they're giving us a full squad here. Eighth Brother, Ninth Sister with Vader, Second Sister, and Seventh Sister. So it'll be good to see how an almost full Inquisitor squad works. Strategy tips. Use photon grenades when all enemies have at least 1 stack of Purge to deal extra damage. Photon grenades can also be used in early battles to prevent enemies from evading attacks. For demonstrative purposes, enemies in this encounter will start with 1 stack of Purge. Excellent, so we can try photon grenades right out of the gate here. There we go. So I'm kind of excited to see how they all kind of work together, and Vader is a good kind of stand-in for the Grand Inquisitor. Okay, let's check this out here. Okay, 8th Brother's special ability, Photon Grenades, deals physical damage to all enemies and inflicts accuracy down and burning for 2 turns. Okay. If 8th Brother did not have stealth this turn, he gains stealth for 3 turns. Okay, wow, that is a nice opening move, and they're really big on the stealth for 8th Brother here. That's obviously going to be a big part of his mechanic, but look at that. Look at all these debuffs lined up here on these Jedi, so we're really seeing this anti-Jedi synergy coming together. I don't know, I know this is early, we're only on tier 2 here, but 8th Brother seems like the most impressive Inquisitorius character so far to me. And again, I've not been using them, so correct me if I'm wrong if you have other opinions down below, but I can see why they kind of saved him for last of these Marquee unlocks. And presumably they're going to give us the Grand Inquisitor's event is going to kind of line up with Kenobi somehow. Because of course super soon that we get Kenobi on Disney Plus. Really looking forward to that. Boom! Bye-bye Jolie Bindo. So I wanted to take out Jolie first, obviously, because of his ability to resurrect fallen Jedi allies. And now we're just slicing through these Jedi here. Come on, Koth. Boom! That is so cool. Definitely my favorite Inquisitor so far, I think. 8th Brother. Boom! Just some Guardians to mop up here. Yeah, so 8th Brother spending most of his time in stealth. Just as I said that, of course, he came out of stealth, but spending a lot of time in stealth. They're gaining a lot of stealth just by using his regular attack abilities. Boom, deleted. There we go, tier 2 completed, and it looks really cool with all that red there, all those red lightsabers, pretty menacing. I like that. Okay, this is fun so far. Let's keep it rolling. Let's roll on to tier 3. So they're giving us the same team again there. I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's check out the strategy tips. Use bladed hilt to direct the flow of battle by inflicting devastating debuffs on enemies with Purge. And our enemies are starting with Purge at the beginning of this battle, so we can check that out there. Okay, so this is how 8th Brother utilizes Purge after he has inflicted it along with his fellow Inquisitors. Okay, 8th Brother's special ability, Bladed Hilt, deals physical damage and consumes up to 5 stacks of Purge. For each stack of Purge consumed this way, after the first, deal physical damage again. And again, he's getting stealth if he didn't already have stealth. They really want 8th Brother to stay stealth. Nothing wrong with that. Let's give this a shot. Who should we target first? I guess let's, boom, try with Koth. There we go. Okay. So I only had 1 stack of Purge there, but it still did a decent amount of damage with the protection. So presumably it's going to consume up to 5 stacks, so that's an ability you want to hold off on. Let's take the speed down and try this second, because I never did this slowly. Boom, that is so cool. Spreads around so much Purge and all those debuffs as well, blinding them. I love that. So that's going to be your opener, right? You're really gonna want to open battle if possible with 8th Brother's first special ability there, his second attack, to spread around all of those debuffs and then start loading on as much Purge as you can to take advantage of it with the other Inquisitors, but also when you get back to 8th Brother, so you can then use Bladed Hilt to try and consume up to 5 stacks of Purge to deal all of that damage. That's pretty cool. Hopefully we'll be able to do that. This tier or the next will be able to give that Bladed Hilt mechanic a good go there. So definitely, as I said, this is definitely more impressive and a more enjoyable squad now that they're all together. Because I really, as they were kind of introduced one by one, especially the first second sister who was introduced at the beginning, I did not find, boom, wow, just deleted Ahsoka there. I didn't find her that impressive at all. They've slowly built, even 7th Sister that I just unlocked the other day, I didn't think she was that impressive either. I really see where she fits into this in terms of support, though it doesn't look like they're really going to challenge us enough to, boom, deleted Koth with that supporting attack from 7th Sister there. Yeah, but then they're not really going to challenge us enough, I think, in these unlocked tiers to really get to see the benefit of 7th Sister with all her support abilities. but the squad is coming together, I will admit that. Boom! There we go. Tier 3 in the bag. I still don't know that I'm going to invest in them. Guess we'll have to wait and see the requirements for unlocking the Grand Inquisitor, but I imagine they're going to be pretty steep. Okay, let's move on to Tier 4. So once again, same team. Eighth Brother and his Inquisitorius allies have an easier time inflicting debuffs with more than enough, while in Territory Wars, Jedi enemies who gain Taunt from Jedi unique abilities suffer a large amount of damage, and Jedi enemies who gain critical hit immunity from Jedi unique abilities are inflicted with Vulnerable. And they're going to sim this tier as if we're in territory battles. So again, this team, I know we've seen that with the other members, and this team is very much a territories battle team, so that's where, you know, you can expect to kind of see the Inquisitors turning up. Be interesting to see if they are viable at the unlock 3-star and lower gear levels in Territory War. Empire allies gain accuracy and potency with Eighth Brother's leadership ability more than enough. Inquisitorius allies gain additional accuracy and potency. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays in with Grand Inquisitor. Other Inquisitorius allies have a 30% chance to inflict a stack of Purge when using a basic ability which can't be copied or resisted. Jedi enemies that gain Foresight from a unique Jedi abilities also gain Blind. While in Territory Wars, Jedi enemies that gain Taunt from a unique ability take damage equal to 20% of their max health. Wow, this ability can't defeat enemies. Jedi enemies that gain critical hit immunity from Jedi unique abilities are instead inflicted with Vulnerable for 1 turn. Wow. Wow, that's a lot of debuffs for Jedi. So let's open up with this second ability. Boom. Get that debuff train rolling. So yeah, so far to me, Eighth Brother seems by far the most impressive Inquisitor, and lots of reasons to have him in the leader slot. Be interesting to see, as I was saying, how that plays out with Grand Inquisitor, because I'd sort of assumed as the legendary that he would be the leader, but I mean, maybe not. Maybe you're going to want to run one of the other Inquisitors, maybe Eighth Brother in the leader spot, and Grand Inquisitor is going to be more of a powerful support character. Be interesting to see how that plays out, but this is really helping kind of cut through General Kenobi here, right? And he can be such a really difficult taunt to get stuck behind. He's just like a wall you have to get through, but we have sliced through these Jedi here, no problem. So there was no Purge, that was a misplay there, and hardly did any damage to Grandmaster Yoda. He didn't have any stacks of Purge, but now he does. Let's see if we can take advantage of that. Okay, yeah, let's use Bladed Hilt. Boom! There we go. Very effective. Very effective. And got straight through General Kenobi. Okay, so 40, so we've got 10 more shards to go, and then we will be at our full shard haul for this unlock. On to Tier 5, the last tier that's going to give us any shards. So again, they're sticking with exactly the same team. They're not shaking it up. Let's check out those strategy tips. Eighth Brother gains Stealth at the start of battle and the start of his turn if he did not already have Stealth, with Hunting a Shadow. So that ability gives him Stealth. If Eighth Brother is Stealthed, when he uses an ability, he deals extra damage, gains accuracy and potency up, and inflicts Purge. Gaining Stealth recovers Eighth Brother's health and protection. Wow. So they are really playing into this stealth mechanic here with Eighth Brother. No wonder he seemed to be stealthed most of the time in those other tiers there. Okay, at the start of battle, Eighth Brother gains Stealth for 3 turns. I think this is just telling us, so sometimes they have extra information here, but this just seems to be a replay of what we already read. If he uses those 2 abilities and with Stealth at the start of his turn, he inflicts a stack of Purge on an enemy damaged by those abilities. Okay. When Eighth Brother gains Stealth, yeah, he recovers health and protection. There we go. It was just a replay of information we had already read. I love that opening move. I'm in love with that opening move from Eighth Brother. He alone is almost making me feel like maybe I should power up Inquisitors and see if they are viable just at 3-star and gear level 11 for Territory Wars. What do you think? Again, I would love to hear if anyone watching this video, anyone out there has been using, I mean, obviously if you've powered them up and you've, starred them up and taken them to Relic, I'm interested in hearing that too, but especially, because there's no way I'm going to do that, so especially if you have been just going more along the free-to-play option, and you've been using them at 3-star. If you've powered up their abilities as much as you can, if you've taken them up to gear 11 or even lower gear than that, you know, are they viable? Have you been using them anywhere, and have you been having any success, especially with this territory war synergy? Now, I ask that partly because if you've been watching my Grand Arena videos, I haven't made one in a while actually, but I've been using Iden Versio with Imperial troopers, some of the kind of leftover Imperial troopers I really didn't have a home for in Grand Arena. Her leadership ability has transformed that team, so I've got a team there all only at gear 9, and they're really viable. Now obviously I'm not going to be taking out any meta level teams, right, or top tier teams with them, but they can punch up significantly. They can take out teams that are all gear 12, or even some teams that'll have 1 relic in them, and this is a gear 9 trooper team just because Iden Versio's leadership ability is that potent, especially in Grand Arena. So I'd be really interested to see whether the Inquisitors, you know, are also that viable, whether you can get that much utility from them in Territory War. Boom, that was Kenobi, General Kenobi just disintegrated there by Culling Blade from Vader, but thanks to that extra damage that we landed through the Inquisitors and their use of Purge. That maybe is the one thing today, more than anything else, apart from kind of this awesome opening that 8th Brother has and the cool animations. I think the ability to just kind of bypass, just circumvent GK's taunt, just get around that wall is very impressive, because he can be really, really annoying to be stuck behind. So that's cool. That's one reason to invest in this team, perhaps, if nothing else. Okay, so now we just got to mop up Plo Koon, Ahsoka, and Qui-Gon. See if we can take out Snips here. Yeah, so a lot of these abilities with 7th Sister, they're more support abilities, right? And we just don't need them. I mean, her kind of ultimate ability there, Restoring Protection, is a very powerful ability, but they've not given us any reason to use it here in this unlock. Boom, bye-bye Snips, just because, yeah, we're not getting enough damage here. But I am really loving this foresight that we're gaining and the blind that's being applied to the Jedi there. That's I mean, they're missing so many hits, and we're landing so many hits that we otherwise wouldn't have landed, and getting more criticals too. So this is really nice. I haven't actually checked out, I haven't looked at all. I'm sure Arnold or maybe Cups Fan did big unlock streams where they probably took 8th Brother. They probably went through each of these Inquisitors and took them up to right up into relics. I haven't even checked it out. I don't know what they think of them, but it seems they have potential, I would say anyway. It's interesting, right? I do these videos, and I know all I do in these Marquee unlocks is literally just play through and sort of give a little bit of commentary on my thoughts on the character, and I'm very grateful that you know, for everyone who watches them, and I hope that they are, you know, fun to watch and also kind of informative and maybe helpful when you're thinking about building your squad. But it's interesting, because a lot of the streamers out there, okay, we're about to take out Plo Koon, boom, deleted. A lot of the streamers out there, they do have the money to, you know, instantly upgrade these characters and take them up to high relic, which is cool. It's awesome to see. But it's also really interesting to see, well, how viable are they at a kind of more realistic free-to-play or mid-game level. So that is us. Now it's the bonus tier. We're going to get some Omegas and one Omega, I should say, and some mods. So let's see who we can team 8th Brother up with, because as I said, I have not invested at all in my Inquisitors. So they've given us a gear 13 8th Brother there. So let's throw Vader in. I mean, last time when I did this with 7th Sister, I actually used Imperial Troopers. They were kind of low gear, and we did it. But I want to see if I can do it now with a few more powerful characters, because I really enjoyed having Vader with the Inquisitors. So let's throw Thrawn in there. Who should we do here? I think maybe I'm going to do Mara Jade. And yeah, Royal Guard, just have a tank in there, because Mara Jade's a little squishy. But again, Mara Jade, one of these characters, even at gear 11, got a lot of use for her in Grand Arena. Now, I'm not using her with Palpatine this time, so it'll be interesting to see how she does. But let's open up with this. Boom! An amazing first open. So we're not going to get the full benefit of that here, right? Because no one can use Purged except for 8th Brother. No one can land Purge except for 8th Brother, and no one can use Purge except for 8th Brother in this team that I've got here. But 8th Brother obviously still has synergy through his leadership ability with other Empire characters, so there's a bit of synergy with everybody here. So I think we should still do this, especially because these characters are all relicked except for Mara Jade. Let's just get rid of Kenobi, take him out for a second. Okay, I think I'm going to switch, because, let's see, is there anyone we've got a decent amount of Purge on? No, everyone just has one Purge. So let's see if we can build up some Purge, maybe on Anakin, and hopefully get around to using some of it later. Boom, thank you for that stun, Mara Jade. Okay, let's do it now. Boom, okay. That was a bit more damage there. It's worth getting up to your 5 stacks, though, before you use that ability, I guess. Much easier to do if you have other Inquisitors on the squad. I mean, the other thing is, of course, I guess, because they've got synergy just with other Empire units, you don't need to power them all up, right? I could just maybe just power up, you know, 8th Brother and Second Sister, for example, just to get that Purge up there, and then use them with a team like this, just an Empire team. Especially if you've got someone like Royal Guard there to taunt, to kind of take the place of 9th Sister, and a Relic to taunt too, because my Royal Guard is at Relic 3 for the boom, bye-bye Anakin, for the Eternal Emperor, Sith Eternal Emperor unlock, so that could be viable too. Maybe you don't need to invest in all of them right off the bat before you get some utility from them, especially in Territory War. Now see, if we had 7th Sister here, we could take advantage of all those buffs that Yoda just handed out to himself and Kanan by removing them and turning them into stacks of Purge, but again, haven't powered her up. So we're stuck behind this this wall again here, but we are cutting through Kenobi there. I'm kind of tempted to just take him out so we don't have to deal with him. Again, thank you for that stun. Okay, bye-bye. Boom. Let's take out Snips. So that used Purge, and I think, did it give a stack of Purge? It's not there anymore, though, so maybe it didn't. You got the armor shred on her, though, so I will take that. I really do love that spinning blade, that kind of helicopter move that 8th Brother does. Very cool. This is going much better than the bonus tier did with 7th Sister and those Imperial Troopers. I think we lost Shore Trooper pretty early on in that bonus tier. Let's fracture Kanan. Boom, there we go. Of course, Thrawn is the other great way to get around taunts, right? Just fracturing the tank, and then they lose that ability while they wait to get rid of Fracture. Such an awesome ability there. Okay, no stun this time, but that is okay. Boom, bye-bye Snips. Okay, that cut through some of Yoda's protection there. Bladed hilt, and we landed a stun, nice. These will take advantage of Kanan being fractured here to just try and take out Grandmaster Yoda, while Kanan can't keep taunting. Ooh, another stun. Wow, landing a lot of stuns today. How come RNG is never on my side this much when I actually need it to be, when it actually matters? I guess part of it is that they're... Boom, bye-bye Yoda. The team I'm fighting is much lower gear. Okay, here we go. This is it. Boom, bye-bye Kanan. There we go. Bonus tier in the bag. Awesome. Omega and some potency mods as well. I will take it. There we go. That is as far as we go today, folks. To get to that legacy tier, you need the Inquisitors, all 4 of them that we currently have up at 5-star. The only way to do that is to have spent some money, to have bought those packs. I'm sure a lot of people will have done it. Again, if you've done it, let me know down below. I'd love to hear your experience, but we're not going to do that today. What we are going to do, though, is unlock 8th Brother so we can take a better look at this model. Let's do it. Boom. There we go. Okay, that's a pretty nice model. Kind of like that lunging position too. It looks cool. Let's go ahead and add this extra star there, even though it's not really gonna do anything for us in terms of power at this level. It means he is ready to power up if I decide that maybe they are worth taking up to gear 11. Also, I'm having a bit of trouble spinning this model as well. I couldn't spin 7th Sister last time. We can kind of spin 8th Brother here, but not very effectively. I think I'm just gonna leave that there. So it's a little bit of a shame. So we don't get to take a really detailed look at the model here because he doesn't spin consistently. Again, let me know if that's a problem you're having too, or if it's just me. I know sometimes there's a bit of a problem, then they seem to sort it out. Looks like an okay model. Again, I'm always a little disappointed when we don't have a fidget, and I feel like these lightsabers were just built for a little fidget spin. I think that could look really cool. Maybe Grand Inquisitor, maybe that's where we're gonna get that kind of thing. The model looks fine, doesn't look amazing. It looks pretty good in action. I'm not as impressed with it. Here, some of the texturing doesn't look as impressive as it could, but you know what, I will take it. So definitely I think Eighth Brother was the most impressive Inquisitor for me, but as I said, let me know your thoughts and experiences down below. Always happy to hear from you. Well, that is all from me today. Thank you for being a part of this journey. If you have found this video informative or entertaining in any way, please consider giving it a like, a thumbs up down below. I really do appreciate it, and it helps out the channel. And hey, while you're here, why not consider subscribing to Liam Maiden Gameplay? I drop new gameplay videos for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and Marvel Strike Force every week, and I would love to have you along for the ride. That is all from me today. I'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, look after each other. And remember, the Force will be with you. Always.